She stood at the doorway of the old house, fingers trembling against the rusted handle. The same house where she'd once learned what love was supposed to feel like, and what pain could do when it wore love's face. Dust floated through the air like faded memories, each one carrying a scent rain, jasmine, and the faint echo of laughter that no longer belonged here. He was sitting inside, older now, weaker. The kind of weak that comes when time decides to make a man answer for his silence. She hadn't seen him in 12 years. 12 years since he'd broken her. Not with a single moment, but with 1,000 small ones, moments of anger, neglect, and words that cut deeper than any blade ever could. Her father. He looked up when she entered. Eyes that once commanded storms now flickered like dying candles. "You came," he whispered. She nodded, though her heart felt like it was being held together by thread and breath alone. For years, she had dreamed of this moment not to forgive, but to confront, to finally say everything she had buried under her ribs. The nights she cried until her pillow turned cold. The mornings she walked to school pretending nothing was wrong. The way she stopped believing in love because the first man who was supposed to protect her became the one she feared. But now, looking at him frail, small, human, she realized the confrontation she had rehearsed for years had already lost its power. He was no longer the monster in her memory, just a man, stripped of his shadows, staring at the wreckage of his own life. "I didn't think you'd come," he said again, voice shaking. "I almost didn't," she replied. The silence between them was thick, not empty, but full of everything they never said. "I'm sorry," he murmured. 2 words, so small, so late. She could feel the war inside her, the child who wanted to scream, and the woman who wanted to let go. "You hurt me," she said quietly. "You made me afraid of love. You made me believe I wasn't enough." His eyes filled with tears. He didn't deny it. He didn't defend. He just nodded, the slow, broken kind of nod that says, I know. And in that moment, she realized forgiveness wasn't about pretending it never happened. It was about freeing herself from carrying it forever. Because she had carried him, his anger, his cruelty, his shadow everywhere, every failed relationship, every time she pushed someone away before they could hurt her, every time she smiled when she wanted to scream. Forgiveness wasn't for him, it was for her. She took a step closer. Her throat burned, her chest trembled. "I forgive you," she whispered. He broke. The man who once never cried now sobbed like a child. Not because she said it, but because he didn't deserve to hear it. And maybe that's what made it real. She reached out, her hand shaking, and placed it over his. His skin was cold, fragile, like the past itself, ready to turn to dust if she held it too long. In that small room, time softened. The air shifted. The anger she had fed for years dissolved into something quieter, not peace yet, but the space where peace begins. He tried to speak again, but she stopped him. "It's okay," she said. "You don't need to say anything." Because forgiveness wasn't a conversation. It was a release. As she left the house, the wind carried the scent of jasmine again. The same flower her mother used to plant outside her window, the same scent that reminded her of innocence before pain. She stood on the porch, eyes closed, letting the sunlight touch her face. For the first time in years, she didn't feel like she was running from something. She was walking toward herself. That night, she sat by her window, writing in the old journal she had stopped using years ago. The pages were filled with rage, confusion, longing, but now, she wrote a single sentence: "I am not my pain anymore." Tears fell, but they were gentle now, cleansing, not drowning. She finally understood forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. You can forgive someone and still walk away. You can love someone and still let them go. It wasn't about them being worthy. It was about you deciding you no longer wanted to live inside the wound. The next morning, when she woke, the world felt different. The same sky, the same streets, but lighter somehow, as if life had exhaled. She made tea, opened the window, and let the day enter without resistance. The past was still there, yes, but it no longer ruled her. Forgiving him hadn't changed what happened, but it changed what lived inside her. And in that change, she found something stronger than anger, more powerful than revenge, freedom. Because healing doesn't mean you forget the story. It means you stop letting it define the ending. And as the sunlight broke through her window, she whispered the quiet truth she had waited her whole life to say, I am free.